Barstool Sports. Titus, Brandon Walker, Mostly Sports.
Welcome to Mostly Sports. I am Mark Titus. He is Brandon Walker. Today is Wednesday, November 1st. Happy birthday, Dad. We are live from Chicago. And what do you want to talk about, Brandon?
First of all, happy birthday to your dad. Secondly, Mark Titus, could there be a case made that Rob Manfred is the worst commissioner in sports? Because I didn't have anything else to watch last night, so I watched the World Series, which is going on right now on Fox.
Is it?
It is. And I watched 2 innings, the second and the third, and I saw everything I needed to see. And it's just whatever. It's just kind of a series that's happening right now. And
well, I mean, in that instance, I guess maybe this is good for you because you saw they condensed everything you needed to see.
That kind of was nice.
Into 15 minutes of baseball, and then you could turn it off.
So
I watched none of it. By the time I was done handling all the trick-or-treating going on in the neighborhood.
Did you scare any kids?
We actually did. The doorbell at the house doesn't work.
Yeah.
We put up a sign that said we wanted to be a little cheeky with it. So you put, instead of just saying please knock, we put knock if you dare. And then in parentheses we put but seriously, the doorbell doesn't work. Please make sure you knock or else we're not going to hear you.
You wrote all that on a sign to put on your door?
Literally, yes. And then kids would knock on the door, and when I would open the door, they would jump. They were scared.
Were you wearing the cat in the hat outfit?
I was wearing the cat in the hat outfit, yeah. And then they kept saying that they were scared that knocking on the door.
We went to the neighbors for chili night after trick-or-treating.
That sounds awesome.
Oh, it was so good. They made good chili. Yeah. Snowed a little bit. Beautiful night.
Is chili
chili's good.
Is chili a South thing? It feels like it wouldn't be. Do people make chili in the South?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Big time. Yeah.
Chili's
everywhere. Chili's everywhere.
Not like we make it in the Midwest.
Well.
I feel like you can't be making chili in the South.
We can make chili
as well
as
we
it
make
gets
in the
cold in the
Midwest.
South in the winter.
All right.
Well, we make chili.
Probably doesn't get this cold.
Not this fast.
Fuck, dude.
Fuck, you're right.
It's been brutal. Yeah. By the time I turned the baseball on, though, it was 10-0.
It was done.
It was done. And then I was like, I guess I'll do something else with my night.
I don't know. I want to dive into this World Series and live it and experience it and breathe it. And it's just there's been one. The first game was great, and then there was a blowout, and then there was a low-scoring, never really in doubt, and then there was another blowout.
I am happy for the Rangers. They deserve to.
No team's ever blown a 3-1 lead, correct?
I caught myself there for a second because I was about to say they deserve to win the World Series after how close they came.
Ebo, can you look that up? Has
the last time they were there
ever blown a 3-1 lead in the World Series? I don't think they have.
It's never happened, has it? Surely it's never happened.
Was that viewership?
I think so. I think what this graph is showing
That's a big drop.
That's a big drop. I think what this graph is showing me is that the Cubs should go to the World Series every year. People want to see the Chicago Cubs win the World Series, and the fact that they did not even make the playoffs this year is a disgrace.
And
MLB should find a way to get the Cubs into the playoffs.
Can I look at that a different way?
What?
It tells me people really like saying the word Indians after Cleveland. And people, once
the second they went to the Guardians.
Once the Indians became the Guardians, things fell off.
So 2020, go back to this graph. I'm going to make sweeping generalizations. 2020 was COVID, right? So that's
graph or graphic, or is it both?
It's a line graph, isn't it? Is that not a line graph?
Which is also a graphic.
That would be considered like a combo chart, but I don't know why they're making it a combo chart.
Do you need the
line seems unnecessary.
Titus, call him a nerd.
The trend line seems unnecessary there.
Call him a nerd.
That's technically a line graph, Ebo.
And a
right?
bar graph. And a bar. No? So you don't really need.
It's a bar graph with a line graph.
I guess they're using the bar to illustrate the teams, but you don't really need both.
What's your favorite?
The bar graph transitioning.
I'll tell you the worst chart. You know what the worst chart is in the data game? Pie charts.
Pie charts?
People don't fuck with pie charts.
Really?
They don't really tell
Brandon, somebody said pie. Wake up.
Brandon, pie.
Pecan, or what are we talking about?
What's your favorite graph to look at? Why are pie charts bad?
No, they don't. Let's talk about this because you really perked up and you really wanted to. You had thoughts about that.
I was called upon to give my thoughts. I'm supposed to be.
But you had
a
passionate opinion.
Well, yeah, I went to school.
You took it off on a different road. You were like, you know what the worst graph is?
What did you go to school for?
I was an econ finance undergrad, and then in grad school I did data engineering.
And the goal was what?
Pussy.
To be like a coder, data scientist, and then I wanted to work in sports, so I came here, and now I work in social.
What are the top 3 graphs?
Top 3 graphs?
Yeah.
What is the data community like? That's like the I'm thinking of American Psycho when he's looking at the business card and he's like coming in his pants and he's like, oh my god, that's so good. Like what are the graphs that make the data community just go, oh my god?
Like a good binomial distribution.
A binomial distribution.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Don't get me hard over here.
Types of frequency charts, histograms, those are good.
Yeah.
Sometimes just a table is enough to tell the story,
It really is.
Sometimes a table is enough, and then
sometimes that's all you need.
Listen, keep it simple, stupid. Bar charts are usually the best.
Bar charts?
Bar charts.
Which are different from bar graphs?
It's tomato,
Okay. What about like scatter plots?
Scatter plots are good. Scatter plots are great.
What about those ones that are like
bubble charts are another one where they'll change the size and add like a third variable and make the bubble bigger based on.
What about a
variable.
Venn diagram? Is that useful?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the only one Brandon knows how to make.
Pull the graphic back up. I really do want to.
Venn diagram might be the best.
I really do want to talk this out. Like, what? This is the worst World Series on record, right? This is on pace to be the least. Yeah, that says right there in the tweet.
Least watched.
The least watched.
I'm sure there's
World
been worse
Series
World
ever.
Series.
Again, I want to reiterate that I do not believe that it is because it is Texas and the Arizona Diamondbacks. I don't think that people hate it. Like I don't think the conclusion. What are we looking at here? Least watched night of television.
Friday. Oh, this is all excuses for why.
Oh, these are the excuses. Yeah. Can we cut this series some slack? I don't think it's that they are two franchises that people don't care about. I think it's that.
Can you bring that up?
These are two teams that were not that great this year. That then suddenly you have to. The Diamondbacks won 84 games, Brandon. No, 84 game winners are not supposed to be playing in the World Series.
Correct.
I think that's what's going on.
I don't know who is that person. Primetime SC.
Oh, it's Deion Sanders.
Oh, okay. Well, Deion, listen,
Coach Prime.
Listen, Coach. I just love everything about this excuse. Game 1, Friday, least watched night of television. Game 2, college football. Game 3, sports equinox. All 4 sports playing, only 30th time in history. Game 4, Halloween. This is definitely the first World Series in history ever to have a game on a Friday night.
Right.
To go against college football.
Right.
And be on Halloween. Right.
It's never happened
before.
We
have made history.
It's the first time the World Series has been.
Also, Coach, worry about Colorado right now. I don't understand why you're worried about baseball.
Yeah. So I guess the question I have to ask is, does this World Series have a path to get him? Is there? I think
it does. There's Game 5, right? And I'm gonna educate you on some sports. If the Diamondbacks win Game 5, there's going to be a Game 6.
Okay.
It
goes back to Dallas, right?
Correct.
Is Game 5 tonight?
Well, Arlington, yes, it's tonight. Game 6, if they win that would necessitate a Game 7.
That triggers the Game 7.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that would be the final game.
Which are the two best words in sports?
Game 7.
Game 7.
I think there's probably better words in sports.
Yeah.
Free pizza. Free tacos.
Those are famous sports words
right.
that you're saying over there.
Well, the free tacos.
Free tacos.
Free tacos.
World Series, it's topical.
Yeah.
Free nuggets is very common.
Free nuggets.
Yeah, missed 2 free throws. Free nuggets.
There you go. So those are 2 good words. Free nuggets.
That's true. Speaking of which, sorry, I got college basketball.
Can you explain?
I got college basketball on the brain.
Can you explain your shirt to me?
Yeah, so it's my dad's birthday. This was his favorite shirt that he used to wear all the time. It doesn't really fit me. It's very like the collar is huge. Look at this collar.
Yeah, big collar.
This is a Brandon Walker collar.
Not really sure why there was a shot at me there.
Because it's big enough to get your big ass head through.
No, so second shot.
So it says shoot straight with the Beef Brothers. This is BEEF. It's balance, eyes, elbow straight, follow through. It teaches you how to. It's a shirt that teaches you how to shoot a basketball. My dad used to love this shirt. It became really ratty. He stopped wearing it. It became my pajama shirt when I was growing up.
And you stole it from your dad.
Yeah, and then at some point I got it. I found it the other day, and then I was like, I'm gonna wear it on my dad's birthday because he watches the show, and I'm sure he's loving the surprise. He didn't know I had it, so that's
shout out to your dad.
That was going through my head this morning. So is that okay?
My mom's birthday too.
Shout out to
Maureen Hitchens.
Shout out to Maureen. Am I on her good side yet, or what do I have to do to win her back?
Pissing your pants was.
I know. Is there no path? Do I have a path? Who has more of a path, Colorado or me?
You definitely.
Okay.
You just have to meet her and say hi to her.
Okay. All right.
You haven't met her yet?
I've not. No. No. But she was very disappointed in me.
She's Team Brandon Walker. Yes.
You haven't pissed your pants yet, so yeah. That's her number one.
Not on camera, no.
Yeah. Right.
Not that she knows about. Yeah, the World Series stink.
Corey Seager's good as fuck.
He's really good.
Yeah. He's good at baseball.
Yeah.
You ever heard of this guy?
I have, yeah. He used to play for the Dodgers, won the World Series. Maybe that's what we should take away is the two lowest rated World Series in the last X number of years. Corey Seager was the MVP of both.
Maybe it's just
maybe America hates Corey Seager.
Maybe it's just that building.
Maybe it's the building.
Maybe it's the building. Maybe not. Maybe people don't want to see that building.
Yeah, I mean it is a bad building.
It's a bad building.
Oh my God.
Have you ever seen it from the outside?
Yeah, it looks
like a goddamn garage.
It looks like a grill.
It looks like it's like the Nuggets championship ring.
It's like when they open the thing up, there's gonna be like a rack of ribs.
That'd be awesome.
Have you been in that area before?
Yeah, no, I went to WrestleMania there.
It's a wild setup. It's just like a Walmart, a neighborhood, Six Flags, then Jerry World right in the middle of all of it.
They built the baseballs right by the Cowboys, right?
Yeah.
It's across from the old baseball stadium, which is it's like right there.
Yeah,
it's right there in relative terms of Texas. Like it's a big acreage area, but everything's wide open and everything is basically right.
They didn't need a new stadium, right? Like
they just made
the stadium they built
like '94
was not that old.
The issue, wasn't old at all.
I think the issue they were running into was it was too goddamn hot in Texas in the summer. So they were fuck. That was probably a bad idea to build a stadium outside.
I kind of like that though. Like we have a 20-year-old stadium, but fuck, it's hot.
And they're putting a team in Vegas now. The A's are moving to Vegas.
Vegas, yes, Vegas,
which definitely doesn't get hot in the summer, and we don't have to worry about that at all. That's not going to be a thing.
It's a dry heat.
Yeah, I don't know what we do.
Are there? Who's the hottest stadium that's still outside? Is it Atlanta? Because Tampa's
that's
inside.
Purely outside. That they have no.
Houston's inside.
Houston's retractable.
Yeah, Dallas is inside. Arlington's inside. Arizona's inside. It's got to be Atlanta, right?
There is a Vegas minor league stadium that patented new seats to try and combat outdoor stadiums with heat. They have mesh seats.
What are they, like the aliens? What's the Vegas?
They were the Area 51.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're still that. They were the Mets AAA.
It's saying here maybe Anaheim, but I don't know if that's true at all.
Southern California isn't as
Anaheim is outside.
Pleasant though, right?
Can confirm.
It's pleasant though.
Yeah, it's a pleasant.
Yeah.
It's pleasant weather.
San Diego is south of Anaheim and it's outside. But it's like 7.
Also pleasant.
Yeah.
Also pleasant.
Why doesn't everybody live in San Diego?
Why did I move here?
Yeah, you're very stupid.
It's been a rough week for I very much enjoyed the move when I moved in the summer, and it's been a rough
Snowed
week.
in October.
There was lightning and snow going on at the same time last night.
Yeah, I
had never seen.
I heard the thunder, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
It's crazy.
I was prepared for January to suck. I was not ready. I was hoping that October, November, December would be fun. Even if it was a little cold, the holidays would get you through.
Yeah. But apparently November's going to be a hoe, too.
Smashing the panic button in October is not a great sign for me.
All
right, are you done with baseball?
Yeah,
I'm done with baseball. Too, man.
I'm not really so much done with baseball as much as I just want to get to college football.
All right, yeah. I want to give the World Series its the attention.
Let's give World Series a round of applause for the World Series.
For the World Series going on.
Round of applause.
I'm not anti-baseball. I don't think they need to fix baseball, quote unquote. But also, I'm not going to lie to you and pretend like I'm really into this World Series.
Well, I think the lesson here, based on that graph, that one of Ebo's top 10 graphs, I think the takeaway here is the Indians' name has to come back. And that's the only way to really bring back the ratings for the World Series.
And the Cubs have to make the Cubs win the
Cubs
World
Indians
Series
every year.
Every single year. And everybody hates Corey Seager.
Do they hate
There's
him?
every time he wins World Series MVP,
Oh, that's
everybody
true.
doesn't-
That's true.
yeah, they don't want to watch.
They're at least apathetic to it.
Yeah.
College football.
Yes.
College
Say it, Brandon.
Football.
Say it.
Well, I was going to do the other one first, but I'll do.
Okay,
I'll
okay,
do
do
yours
the other
first.
one.
No, I'll
the
do
other
yours
one
first.
Okay.
The Ohio State Buckeyes are the number 1 team in all the land.
Hell yeah.
So the college.
Are
you doing Cool in the Gang celebration?
I think so.
Okay. College Football Playoff Committee released its top 25 yesterday. Just real quick, and this is not a big deal. Does anybody know who the very first team to ever be ranked number 1 in the College Football Playoff Committee's rankings was?
I do remember this being weird.
Yeah.
I do remember this being weird.
It's like not a traditional power, right? Like they're pretty bad.
Oh crap! Who was it?
Their coach died.
It was someone that like. It's like a joke. Like when you hear it, you laugh. You literally laugh out loud because you're like, this is fucking insane. There's no way that was. Who's like a hold on, let me think of hold on, I got it. Don't tell me, Brandon. Don't tell me. I'm just going through the Rolodex of joke programs. Clemson, no, I don't think it was Clemson. I got it. Mississippi State.
I just participated. I just moved your thing up so I could say Ohio State was the number 1 team in the land. Why did you have to do that?
I didn't mean to, dude. I was trying to remember. That was.
It is correct. It's Mississippi State. Mississippi State, number 1 team, the first number 1, and they can't take that away. They cannot take that away. National champions come and go.
Can they? I don't. Yeah, I think you're right. I think they literally can't. I think even if Mississippi State was proven to be cheating or something during that time, I don't think you're going to vacate. They don't vacate the number 1.
No, you can't vacate numbers.
No, I'm backing you up.
You can't vacate numbers.
I'm backing. Why are you arguing with me?
You can't vacate numbers.
Yeah,
I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't vacate numbers.
I think. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Ohio State's number 1.
Yeah.
Georgia number 2. We have the graphic of the So Michigan number 3, which I don't know why there's not an asterisk by Michigan because obviously they're cheating.
Yeah. The guy, whoever he is, said the CFP, the whoever's heading up this Illuminati situation they got going on.
Bill Hancock usually. Is it still him?
He said that
It might be somebody else now.
he said that the Michigan cheating situation is an NCAA matter, not a CFP matter.
Really?
They don't care about integrity. They care about just.
I like to think truth and honesty is an everybody matter.
Yeah.
I like to think it's a world matter, and I'm part of the world.
Right. I agree. I'm pro integrity. I'm pro honor. I'm pro doing the right thing.
Yeah. I'm pro decency.
Yeah.
I'm pro all of those things. So let me say it again. So you got Ohio State, Georgia, Michigan, Florida State. Then you got the 2 Pac-12 teams, Washington and Oregon, then Texas and Alabama, Oklahoma 9. Penn State is number 11. Missouri, Louisville, LSU, Notre Dame. There you go. There's your list. Now,
Yep.
none of this matters in the long run, but I do think they got it right in the short term because I do think Ohio State should be the number 1 team because they've beaten teams. They've gone out and proven it on the field. Georgia hasn't had to play anybody. Michigan hasn't had to play anybody.
Michigan is the eye test number 1, I think. Georgia is the pedigree number 1. And Ohio State is the resume number 1.
That's fantastic. I even disagree with Michigan being the eye test number 1. Like they have looked the best relative to their competition. However, their competition is so far below everybody else.
Yeah, but that's the eye test. You just said they've looked.
Yeah, but
it's literally.
I don't
looked.
even consider eye test if you're just playing nobody. What? Get him. Where is he?
There's a bug flying up.
Where is it? A fly?
I don't know, dude. It looked like.
Is it a fruit fly?
It kind of looks like a fruit fly.
Is it a gnat?
We got any fruit in here?
Well, on the couch.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Ohio State's number 1. Feel good?
Yeah, but it also, you're right. It doesn't
matter
anything.
at all.
It doesn't mean anything. But I do like that they put out these rankings because it is it's good for content. It's good to talk about. It's good to. Was there anything lower down that didn't make sense to you?
Let me see it again.
Like the top, I do agree. It checks out. I do like. In all seriousness, obviously, I like that Ohio State's number 1, but I do like that the committee does value the resume, like because that's like the NCAA tournament way of going about it.
Yeah.
Is like, all right, Georgia is probably the betting favorite, or Georgia's won the last whatever. But at the same time, we have to honor the resume in front of us.
Yeah.
And I want the college football playoff to resemble the NCAA tournament, and we're getting closer to that. And 12 teams next year. It's less about. because that for so long college football, Georgia winning the last 2 national championships should not matter this year.
Yeah.
But you and I both know that like the way college football operates and the way people view the sport, that matters immensely, and it shouldn't, but it does. And maybe and I like a world where it's like throw all that out. We're focusing on who have you beaten this year.
Yeah.
That's how we're ranking you. And so I like that.
Well,
But,
the only number that people get confused. They think number 1 matters. 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all the same. They're all the same.
That's actually not true because 1 is first, 2 is second, 3 is third. Now stick with me.
What is 4th?
Stick with me. 4 is 4th. So if you were looking,
some years 3rd is 4th.
If you read that as no particular order,
Yeah.
you're actually wrong. They did put it in an order.
So 2 can be 1, but 4 can be 3. 1 can't be 4.
No.
What are you saying?
1 is first. 2 is second.
Okay, if I were putting them in order.
third.
If I were putting
Yeah,
them in
yeah.
order. So, okay, let's say I'm going to put them in order. Who would I put first?
You would put number 1.
1.
Yeah.
Who would be second?
That would be number 2.
4. Oh.
No. You guys.
I'm confused.
Oh
TJ.
my
I'm
God.
confused. So
Ebo, you're the stats guy. Help me out with it.
What goes after 1? Who's second?
2.
2.
What's the best way to graph? We should start putting out our college football playoff rankings as a graph.
As a pie chart?
It's like a pie chart.
That'd be awesome.
Or like a bar graph or a scatter plot.
Okay.
What's the best way to present?
All right, I've got to ask because you've
a
said
bar?
it twice. What the fuck is a scatter plot?
It's the 2-dimensional one where you put a dot.
There's just a bunch of dots.
You have an
all over
X
the
and a
place.
Y.
Oh, I hate those.
Yeah.
I hate
Too much
those.
for your simple mind.
Oh,
There's just there's a bunch of dots everywhere, and then someone.
that line going.
Yeah, and then like
diagonal
a guy way smarter than us just comes in. He's like, "There's the line." And
Okay.
just like draws a random ass line through all the dots.
Make a pie chart.
Yeah.
We'll make a pie.
A pie chart would be
A pie chart would be funny.
No one likes the pie chart, but if we embrace the pie chart.
I think
You were
okay,
anti-pie
okay.
chart just seconds ago.
Yeah, but
Every-
we can rebrand the pie chart.
Okay, so here's what we got to do. Every Tuesday night when they release the rankings, we got to mostly sports. We got to make a pie chart
Okay.
and say college football playoff rankings just released. Thoughts? Question, and then like tweet that out.
Are we gonna
and
have?
then we show the rankings.
Will there be
in a pie
25
chart.
pieces of the pie,
Have to be, right?
or will there be like 4 pieces of the pie?
Yeah, there's
What's
actually
the top?
legs to this, I think.
Yeah.
That's some sort of like imperialism chart that, like the percentage of number 1 that Ohio State takes up.
Imperialism.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get
How,
into
how,
that.
yeah. How do you do the pie chart? Is it just
I'll
like
start-
Star
it's,
Wars?
it's just a percentage.
the number
of
one
100.
the number 1 ranked teams, and it's just Ohio State, and it's just a big circle?
No, it would be like top 25. We would have to just figure out some sort of number that would represent how much
Well, if there are
number 1 means.
13 members on the committee, right?
I just saw the fly, by the way.
Yeah, I just saw it too. But if we were to factor 13 into there somewhere, I don't know. You could probably.
Where'd 13 come in?
Aren't there 13 members on the committee?
What does that matter?
So there are 13 votes. I'm trying to think.
I think there should be 5 pieces of the pie. The 4 teams that are currently in, and then the other 21. or the fifth slice.
There's like one sliver that's
Everybody else. Yeah.
it just says everybody else.
I do think the committee did get it right. I think if you look, they slotted everybody the right way. I would put Ohio State number 1 as well.
You don't have any. There's nothing.
Do
There's
I-
not one thing you look at on that.
Do I think Ohio State's the best team in the country? I don't know, but I do think they might be. That's one thing where people are saying that Ohio State's resume is getting recognized and everything, but they haven't been the best team in the country. Yeah, I think they maybe have. They're not scoring 50 points a game, but their defense is phenomenal.
Their defense is phenomenal.
They're very much, and this is crazy to say, they're very much like 2021 Georgia, where 2021 Georgia, Stetson Bennett could make plays, and he had some guys that could really go get it sometimes. When they had to have it, they could do it, but mostly it was carried by their defense.
Yeah.
And I feel like Ohio State's the same model this year. Now, 2022 Georgia, their offense came a long way, and they were
Our defense
terrific.
isn't as good. Our defense is very good. Our defense is not great. I don't think. We
I
don't
think
get
it-
enough sacks. I don't think we force enough
I
turnovers.
think their defense is great.
We just like don't. We're very good at bending but not breaking, but we're not good at like. We're okay, but we're not like there aren't enough like strip sacks and pick sixes and shit like that. That's like,
Yeah, I
big
think
time
those
momentum.
are
swingers.
luxury items.
Yeah.
I think it's really hard to drive 75 yards on Ohio State.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, but that's how our defense forces punts, which is very good. I just think like to be like an elite, all-time great defense, you got to start forcing more turnovers and getting,
All right.
getting to the quarterback more.
I wrote down 1, 2, 3, 4 in order, but after the show, y'all are gonna have to explain it to me again.
Okay.
So,
All right.
so we'll go. We'll have a team meeting afterwards, and we'll.
So
go back through.
pull up the. I want to look at the rankings again. Like what is who does have a path? Who has a path? Like
Okay, here's your paths. Okay. Obviously,
Notre Dame feels pretty low. I know they lost twice, but Louisville lost to Pitt. That's one of the Louisville losing to Pitt is kind of flying under the radar a little bit.
Yeah, there's
That's a horrendous loss.
There's a couple of those. Like, is LSU better than Missouri? Yes, but LSU has lost twice. Missouri has.
But get
lost
that
once.
shit out of here. Like that's what I'm saying. If
Yeah.
we're doing if I want to help college football transition into college basketball and how you conduct your postseason because it's the NCAA tournament's the greatest postseason.
But when you have 30 games, it's a lot easier to excuse a loss than when you have 12 games.
But 2 losses should not disqualify you if the 2 losses are good teams. If stop, you gotta break the thinking of like.
Okay.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm saying the entire
No, I
sport.
got it,
Like, we got to stop with like okay, well they're undefeated and they lost twice, so the undefeated team must be better.
But
than
does Notre Dame get a transitive loss? I mean, like you say, Louisville has lost to Pitt, so that knocks them down. Notre Dame lost to Louisville.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so-
I mean, you can rationalize it that way, but like this idea that like, well, okay, so we have to rank all the undefeated teams first, obviously.
Yeah.
Then all the 1-loss teams, then all the 2-loss teams.
So-
like I think that's insane.
I
don't
think
you should
that,
do it that way.
bring it back up. I think that in a couple, there's a couple spots within the poll this year that I think that is correct.
Because if you do it, if you stop doing it that way, if you stop saying like, okay, every undefeated team, then every 1-loss team, then every 2-loss team, what will eventually happen is teams will stop being chicken shit to play each other.
Well,
You'll start getting like more fun
Let
games.
me bring up an example for you to weigh in on. Okay, number 5 is Washington, and number 6 is Oregon.
Right.
I think Oregon's a better football team than Washington.
Yeah.
I think Oregon has proven to be a better football team almost every week of the season than Washington.
Except for one.
Except for one. Washington beat
one.
Oregon, right? So since Washington beat Oregon, they look terrible against Arizona State. They look terrible against whoever they played last week. I can't remember who it was. Stanford, thank you very much. They look terrible twice. Oregon looks like a rolling ball of chainsaws. Would you rank Oregon over Washington right now?
I don't think you can.
You have to respect that.
You have
game.
to, yeah. The games have to matter.
But at the same time,
You can say if you're Vegas and you're making betting odds, if you're if you're a prognosticator that's trying to like fill out a bracket or whatever, I think it's rational to be like, I think Oregon's a better football team, but the results have to matter.
that game was at Washington, though. And you could make the argument if it's a neutral field or, God forbid, it's at Austin.
Yeah.
Oregon.
That's what I'm
would
saying.
win the
Yeah,
game.
you could,
y'all,
but you can't rank Oregon above Washington.
Did y'all
right
have
now.
Leonard's Losers up north, or was that just a South thing?
I have no idea what you're talking
Okay.
about.
All right.
Yeah,
Just wondering if you had Leonard's
I have
Losers.
no idea what you're talking about.
Leonard's Losers was a thing that came on the radio every weekend where Leonard would he would say who's going to lose the weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he talked in a very southern voice, and he would always use like words like instead of the Alabama Crimson Tide, it would be the precocious pack of pachyderms. It
What?
Was, yeah, it was something. It was something.
Is there-
I might just steal the act because he's dead. He's got to be dead.
Is that this?
Can
There,
you look
there
up
has to,
Leonard's
yeah, there has
Losers?
to be an example. I gotta hear this.
See if Leonard's Losers is on YouTube. Like it was probably back in the 90s. But
And when you say losers, was it literally the football games, or was it like modern journalism works sometimes, where they're like,
no,
the 10 winners and losers from this weekend and
it was it was
in the NFL.
Ohio State's playing Michigan this weekend. Leonard's loser, Michigan.
Oh,
like
you
that.
do it like that?
Yeah. But he wouldn't say Michigan. He would be like the Great Lakes inhabitants are going to fall short against the Buckeye.
wussy Wolverines.
The
Thank
cheating
you, Percy
pieces.
and howdy, football fans.
Oh my God!
1992 pigskin season.
No,
is
this isn't in
beginning
the
to
north.
wind down.
Why would this be
And there's
in
still
the
a
north?
chance
Hold
that
on.
little upset bug is still in business. The little rascal has done more damage to this year's pigskin crop than the boll weevil did during the Depression.
Should I steal this
I
act?
can't remember a season when no one was safe from that little varmint, and you can bet that I'll do my best to find a vaccine that'll control him before next year.
Well, I'm not.
As they say
vaccinated.
down at the fire hall, no matter how hard we spray, there's always a hot spot to cause trouble later on. So the only thing to do is keep on spraying. We'll look at this week's losers after these words from dear
Go
old
forward.
Dad.
I want to hear him do a game.
Oh my
I
God!
just-
No, I've never heard
in
of
the
this.
big bad felines on Saturday in Death Valley. But it's doubtful if they can shut down all the arteries in this orange pride. Leonard's loser in a close one. South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Virginia
There
Tech
we go.
versus Virginia.
Oh
The
my
Southern
God.
gentleman from Charlottesville.
What what year was this?
It went to like 98, 99.
I think
Yeah.
it said
2008.
92 on the intro.
Yeah.
It
died in
feels like
2001.
1951.
He died in 2001. I think he probably did it 50 years. It was on the. They would play it on the radio, like syndicated. Like it would be during commercial breaks. It was just winners losers. It was, yeah. I gotta write that down. Next
That's awesome.
season,
That's awesome.
Walker's winners next season. Walker's winners.
That's posted by a YouTube channel called SEC 1972, so you know it's
Hell yeah.
All right, say that again because I'll definitely be watching that
SEC
YouTube channel later.
1972, 500 subs.
All right,
awesome.
50,000 views.
subs really don't matter. Okay, this guy,
Yeah, I think it's yeah, never mind.
Connor Stallions.
Go ahead.
We didn't really talk about it yesterday because we had a lot going on. It was Dabo Ween. Titus, this is the funniest story in the history of sports.
Of all time.
This is the funniest story in
Yeah.
the history of sports.
Yeah.
The deeper it gets and the more it stays out there, is anything going to happen to Michigan? Probably not. I don't know. But put that aside. We have footage of him on the sideline. We have footage of somebody who looks just like him on the sideline in Central Michigan. Central Michigan is investigating it. They're like, we don't know who that is.
We don't know who that which already right there, whether it's Connor Stallions or not.
Seems like you'd be able to say, "Oh, that guy, that's Coach Sanderson,
Right.
That's Coach Johnson." No, they can't do that. Instead, now we're looking at him when we have video when the ball goes over there and it gets close to him. He puts his head down and he covers his face. He's got sunglasses on. The game started at 7:00. It's dark. He's got sunglasses on with the camera. He's literally wearing a spy set of sunglasses on the sidelines. He pulls his hat down. This is fucking phenomenal. This is like if you were making a comedy movie about college football, you would create Connor Stallions.
Yeah, this does feel like a 90s sports comedy.
This could have been the sequel to The Waterboy.
Yeah. And what makes it so good is that it is serious insofar as like it is direct cheating, and of all the cheating scandals in college sports, all of it is kind of ambiguous as to how much did free tattoos help, how much did like getting Reggie Bush a car really help USC, like maybe he would have gone to USC so there's like a gray area into what the cheating is, but this one is direct impact of the game, so it is serious. But what makes it so funny is that for a scandal that is super serious, quote unquote, it's also not at all because there's no victims. And how often, of all the most serious scandals in college sports, how often do you step back and be like, yeah, nobody was hurt. There was no like sexual assault. There was no one was really taken advantage of in a sense of, no one's like really exploited. Like Connor Stallions might, I guess, the system is going to chew him up and spit him out. And I don't know what the hell is going to happen to him, but he brought it on himself. He's the guy that's running this whole thing. So there's really no victims other than the opponents of Michigan, but then even then it's like, there's no crime, I guess I should say. There's no literal crime. But
it also dovetails very nicely to when they did start winning again.
Yeah.
Like, you can say, boy, you weren't winning and then this guy got hired and all of a sudden you're
right.
winning. Like you can tie it into actual on the field.
It's very, very funny, but it's also like, yeah, this is you're obviously cheating, so we have to take this seriously, but also like what we're taking seriously is not in any way, shape, or form an actual real life crime.
Yeah.
For a guy to wear a goatee and stand on a sideline, it's not like it's like the people that aren't sports fans aren't going to look at this and be like, what the fuck did he do? What did he do? So like it really is the perfect scandal. It's the perfect scandal.
One of the underlying stories here is it's moving slowly enough that every time something comes out and Michigan fans come up with an excuse, it like a day later just it gets absolutely blown out of the sky. Like at first they were like, he wasn't going to games. He was just buying tickets for other people. Now we have him standing on the sidelines. Well, what can he do? He can't. He's not out. He's out there videotaping. He has a camera on his sunglasses. Like, just look at him.
What's funnier to you, if this is Connor Stallions or if this isn't Connor Stallions?
Okay,
because
I don't want to answer that question because I got to answer that question with a question. In what world is that not Connor Stallions? Who could that possibly be?
That's why I think it's funnier.
It's like a time traveler.
I think it's DB Cooper.
It's somebody that disappeared. That person would have stepped up and been like, "Hey, it's me." No, that guy doesn't exist.
It's DB Cooper, dude. All these years later, we found him.
It is terrifically funny that it is him. And Jim McElwain, that dickhead, he's already he already had the shark thing a couple of years ago that he had to debunk and all that. And now,
remind the folks at home, what was the shark thing?
there was a
Did he or did he not fuck a shark?
There was a shark that got fucked. Okay? The shark got fucked. The shark fucker looked a lot like then Florida coach Jim McElwain. It turns out that it wasn't Jim McElwain, it was somebody else, is what eventually the story got to, we believe. So, now, yesterday, he's standing up there, and they're asking him, hey, who was that? And he was like, I don't know. I don't know how that guy got on our sidelines. He worked in Michigan with Harbaugh a couple years ago. Shit's crazy. Shit's crazy. Shit's crazy.
Does this – hold on, pull it back up.
I mean –
The full picture is
yeah, because he's butt-ass naked, right?
There's no explanation for a photo like that exists.
The full picture, you see ass crack.
Yeah.
You don't see
Yeah.
you don't see dong, right?
No, you don't see –
You don't see dong.
the dong's in the shark. How would you see it? You need to cut the shark open to see it. Hey. Let he who has not fucked a marine animal cast the first stone. Okay? Anybody in here? Anybody in here can honestly say they've never fucked a dolphin or a shark? I don't see any hands going up.
There's no way of knowing, honestly. I've lived a long life.
Okay.
You get out on the water, you get a little delirious.
Back in the 60s, there'd be no way of knowing.
There's no way of knowing. Is this the other thing about this particular instance is like I don't know how much. I guess maybe it does matter. It does if he's on the sideline. I guess it does matter. But like to me, whether it's Connor Stallions or not, it doesn't really change the story. Like I think the story is already completely absurd. Like once you told me that a guy wrote a 600-page manifesto and has created this vast network as they're calling it of people filming games and all that. I don't think it's going to take him being on the sideline and a goatee for me to be like, damn, this guy's crazy.
Can I say the dumbest excuse people say? The dumbest excuse people say is, yeah, well, they might have cheated and known the plays, but you still got to stop it.
Yeah.
There's almost an infinite amount of plays that you've got to be ready for on any given play. If you know the one that's coming, it makes it a whole hell of a lot easier to stop it.
Yeah.
A whole hell of a lot easier to stop it. There's a reason in baseball, one of the biggest cheating ways is to tell you what pitch is coming. You still got to hit it, yeah, but if you know it's going to be a curveball, guess what? A lot easier to hit.
There's a reason the play action pass exists.
Correct. There's a reason reverses exist.
They run play action,
Yeah.
and it's because we're running. Whoop! No, we're not.
We're throwing.
And that is valuable to trick the.
It is weird when a quarterback says all that during the play.
Yeah.
We're running. Nope. Strike. I'm throwing.
Gotcha, bitch. Whoa.
This was.
What we got here? Oh, this is.
Who's doing this?
Is this superimposing Connor Stallion's face on this guy's face?
Can I get just to be sure? Can I get the DB Cooper headshot?
I mean, that's just. Okay. Yep. There you go.
Can I get a?
What's going on there? Is that proving that he is him or he's not?
I don't
him?
know.
I have
That's
no
what I'm
idea
saying.
what's
That's what
going on.
I don't. It's so absurd that like.
You ever read the DB Cooper story?
Oh, buddy,
That's
have
just
I?
crazy.
Have I? I've read it a million times over.
That guy.
Yeah.
That guy just jumped out of a plane.
That's one of when I was there we go. Tell me the guy on the left is not the guy that was on the Central Michigan sideline. You can't prove me wrong.
Well, I'll be goddamn. DB Cooper's helping Michigan cheat.
Prove me wrong. Yeah, I was really into DB Cooper when I was of a certain age. Yeah, I miss being a teenager and being able to indulge conspiracies and just like wild shit and it not being like a massive red flag that puts you on like a watch list. You know what I mean? Like
well, it's like what you were saying earlier that Bush did 9/11.
Yes.
Well, right before the show went
exactly. Yeah. When they did 9/11, I watched Loose Change. I was like 14 years old, and I had takes, man, and I was firing them off, and nobody thought I was weird. It was just a different time, dude.
And Buzz Aldrin's a pussy that didn't go.
Buzz Aldrin's a pussy. Yeah, it did not go to the moon. No, yeah, man. I used to read all that shit. I got into it. That's what I was talking to you yesterday when we were talking about. Was yesterday we were talking about secret societies, the Illuminati?
That was
shit?
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got into all that shit, and I wasn't into it in a way that I was like, damn, this is all true. I was into it because I was like, this is fucking awesome. This is so much more interesting to read than like Shakespeare.
DB Cooper was like, give me a bunch of money. I got a bomb. Now I'm gonna jump off the plane with the money. See y'all.
Yeah. But I mean, like when I was 12 years old, and my teachers were like, "Go read about the fucking French Revolution in this history book." I was like, "Why would I read about that when I can read about this guy who robbed the United States government and then jumped out of a plane? That's so much cooler to read about. And aliens are real, and we didn't land on the moon. You know, so I was reading all that shit. But nowadays, would you agree with that? Like nowadays, if you're like 13 years old and you're like falling down conspiracy rabbit holes, that's like that's cause for concern, right?
Well,
that's not just like being curious and having like an active mind. It's like, oh shit.
Can I give you a very quick sentence to explain that? The internet ruined everything.
Mm-hmm.
The internet ruined everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Because now you don't just go get an old magazine or get a book and read about DB Cooper. Now you join message boards to discuss DB Cooper's life and if you can recreate it.
Yeah.
So that's the internet ruined everything. The internet.
I feel like if I went
subscribe to our YouTube.
If I went to my dad when I was like 13 years old and I was like, Dad, I don't think Magic Johnson actually ever got HIV. He just laughed and like pat me on the head. And
Do you have that theory too?
Oh, it's out there.
Stevie Wonder can see, right?
He would just laugh and pat me on the head and be like, "All right, son, run along now." And now I feel like if
he would say, "Go, keep your balance."
Yeah, go work on your beef,
your eyes.
But now I feel like if I had a kid that said that, I would be like, "Now hang on a second. What websites are you on? Like, we got to talk about this."
Can I just say I have just a slight problem with that shirt? What do you think it is?
That it's 45 years old and has holes all over it, and
it's a remarkable
paint
shirt.
Stains
but the elbow straight guy, his elbow is not straight.
Well, he's not shooting a basketball; he's dancing.
His elbow should always be straight. If he's elbow straight guy, his elbow should always be. Why are they dancing?
They're trying to get you excited about having a great shooting form.
Can we shoot basketball today?
Balance, Brandon. You balance your feet, all right? So you get your balance. You get your balance. Eyes. You want to lock in on your target. Elbow straight.
Sure, yeah.
That's not straight.
Right.
It actually technically still is straight.
Yeah.
That's what's confusing.
Just at a different angle.
It's at a different angle.
Yeah.
Straight. Follow through. That shot you just saw me shoot?
Yeah.
That went in.
Really?
Yep.
Do it again.
Watch this.
Oh, that was long. You missed it off the back.
And then it just went in.
Oh, you got the roll.
Yeah, we got the roll. Yeah. You looked away too soon. Speaking of DB Cooper, speaking of Connor Stallions, if you would like to go stand on the sideline of a college football team and scout a future opponent, and you need some sunglasses to do it, I can't think of a better place to get those sunglasses than our friends at Shady Rays. 'Tis the season of giving. Get the perfect gift for a special someone, yourself or both. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered with premium polarized shades and quick swap snow goggles that won't break the bank. That's right, snow goggles, Brandon, snow goggles. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company that offers an unrivaled product that's just as good as any expensive pair that I have ever worn. Durable frames and world-class optics for all outdoor adventures. With an extensive array of styles and colors, you're bound to find the perfect pair of Shady Rays sunglasses. And if you're into winter sports, their quick swap, I don't know why that's hard for me to say, snow lenses move effortlessly between full sun to low light environments. Exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out a very merry deal for the season. Boy, it's Christmas season already. That happened fast.
Yeah.
Go to ShadyRays.com. Use code MOSTLYSPORTS for 50% off. 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself. The shades rated 5 stars by over 250,000 people. A lot of
like just yesterday it was Halloween.
All right. That was all right. That was pretty good.
That's right. PJ, give me a.
That was a point.
No.
All right. I don't like when you give points to yourself.
First of all, I just want to shout out, and I hope this doesn't. I hope this is okay that I talk about this. Shout out to Mark Titus's first cousin. It's a highly regarded fan of the show. Did you have some words you want to say about that, or
we too soon? Because we actually just put him. We took him to slaughter. No, we put him. I took him behind the bar.
He died.
He died. We'll put it that way. He died not too long ago. So when I tell you I have watched that clip no less than 50 times.
Titus, he shouted that shit.
He shouted it.
He yelled that shit.
I hate the phrase "say it with your chest."
Right, it came
people
from
use,
all
like
of
that
it.
is the one. That is the one time I was like, no, that's an appropriate use of the phrase. He said it with his chest. Chris Broussard.
That came right from the breastplate.
It's James Harden.
What are you saying?
Oh, that was so good.
Oh boy,
That was so good. And then the explanation is, and Nick Wright doing. I don't know if he did a good job or a
no, he threw him
horrendous
under
job.
the bus. He threw him under the bus a little bit.
Yeah, he kind of did. He's like, first of all, you shouldn't say that word, which
Well, you should.
you kind of call attention to it though.
Yeah.
By doing that. But then Nick Wright saying, yeah, you're not going to get killed for it at the end, where he's apologized. He's like, yeah, no, that was very nice of you to apologize, and I hope you don't get killed for it on the internet.
I don't think he is getting killed for it. I think he's getting laughed at for it.
Everyone's laughing.
Yeah, I don't think it's like, oh, this guy's a terrible person, but it's.
What if Broussard is the one that like brings the word back? What if Broussard? I mean,
A trailblazer?
yeah. What if it's like this was the moment that society needed to realize like we're actually like not that offended. I'm not speaking on behalf of everybody, but it does feel like the overall reaction was like just hilarious. There's nobody that was like
Then I would say his.
nobody's like fucking fire this guy right away, right? Isn't that like the general reaction? The general reaction has just been like that's
Yeah.
one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's saying fire the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe it is. Maybe Broussard and his cousin are leading us back.
Thoughts and prayers. His cousin would have loved this show too. Sounds like the timeline. I don't know. I couldn't figure out the timeline because we couldn't really fully understand when they put his cousin when
He died.
his cousin died. But it sounds like he may have died before we launched the show, and that's a damn shame because
would've been
I
most
feel
of
like
it,
I feel like he would have been, he would have been a fan of this highly regarded show that we're doing here.
Where do you want to go next? Do you want to do a little? You can do a little NFL trade deadline cleanup. You want to? You know what? I just want to. Did you see Wemby as Slender Man?
Yeah, that was a good costume. That won me over. Actually,
That was a good costume.
I don't want to cheer for Wemby, but
If he's going to do that,
yeah. I do think. Jokes aside, I do think he's a likable guy. I think he's. Yeah, there's the costume right there. He is easy to cheer for in that regard. But yeah, I think. And I don't.
That being said, preposterous looking man.
I really don't think it's an overreaction to say he's already losing the GOAT race. Like he's not a bust. He's gonna be a very, very good, if not great, basketball player.
Yeah.
But this is why it was absurd from the start to say he's a GOAT level player because it's pretty clear he's not going to be
At what point?
a GOAT level player, right?
So after one game, you could say, well, in LeBron's first game and Michael's
Yeah.
first game, at what will we be like 38 games in? Well, in LeBron's first 38 games,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already kind
How
of
many
there.
did he have last night? Because didn't he get the big steal? Was that him that got the steal that won the game for him? No, that wasn't him. He knocked the ball away.
He had the putback
He had
dunk.
9 points in the fourth quarter.
I think the potential is there for him to become a league MVP. I think the potential is there for him to become a multi-time MVP, win multiple championships,
Yeah.
be a surefire Hall of Famer. But yeah, it was always insane to say that he was the greatest prospect that the NBA's ever seen.
I think he could be pretty damn good though.
He can be pretty damn good.
Yeah.
And he already is really, really good.
Scored 18 last night. He still ain't shooting enough. He only
But the
scored 12.
my whole argument was like LeBron was ready-made. LeBron was in high school still looked like an NBA player.
I think LeBron's the greatest prospect ever. Like Michael
Yeah,
wasn't.
it's not even
If we're
close.
talking prospects, Michael was not the prospect LeBron is.
I don't even think Wemby was the second best ever. Kareem is the second best
Kareem
ever.
was
yeah.
Kareem was incredible.
Kareem was
Actually, Kareem might be the best prospect.
Yeah.
because he was ready to go too.
yeah. I mean, Kareem was in high school. Kareem's the greatest high school player ever. You
One
can
of the
make
greatest.
you can make an argument Kareem was the greatest high school player of all time, the greatest college player of all time, and the greatest NBA player of all time.
You could.
Yeah.
He was damn good all the way through.
The NBA thing has obviously lost some steam because I think the longevity LeBron's got him, and then the peak Jordan's got him. But he's definitely the best college player ever.
Who, Kareem?
Kareem, yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
an open and shut. Like that's not even That's not even debatable.
Who's that? Who else is in that conversation?
That's what I
That's
just.
an interesting
There is no conversation.
Yeah.
It's literally, it's not a conversation at all. There is. I don't even know who second would be.
Everything's a conversation.
I mean, Aaron Kraft is up there, but I don't think I got Kareem above him for sure.
So it goes Kareem, Kraft,
Yeah, Jimmer, maybe.
Eric Dampier.
He's not my top 10.
Okay, he's in
I
my
got him 12th.
12th. Okay.
The thing about that is that
The thing about what?
him being the greatest college basketball player of all time, is that there's no threat to him ever losing that title ever.
Because the great players don't. Yeah.
There'll never be a 4-year great player.
That's a
ever
great.
again.
That's a great one right there. Will there ever be another college basketball GOAT? Will there ever be somebody that threatens it?
You would have to win 3 National Players of the Year, 3 national championships.
And you're not sticking around to do that.
Yeah.
Huh.
No one. I mean, first of all, no one's going to win 3 straight national championships ever again. That's not going to happen.
Does it have to be a guy like Jimmer that would like? He's not quite good enough to be in the NBA, and he could stay 4 years.
Where you make like a Mountain West team.
But that guy's not good. That guy's not good enough to win 3.
The only way it's going to happen is college basketball, college sports in general, go full-blown professional to where it's like a direct competitor with the NBA, and you can just start signing like Kentucky can be like, we're going to pay Devin Booker
$2 million.
I mean, they're going to have to pay way more than that, but like
Whatever, yeah.
so somehow Kentucky's like, Devin Booker, you're now allowed to come back to Kentucky, and we want you to play, and it's just like no longer. There's no 4-year windows. There's no anything else. It's just like a full-blown professional league.
I mean, college being
But at that point,
more in line with what professional basketball is doing is definitely it's like on the table over the next 20 or 30 years. Not being a full-blown professional league, but paying in line with what rookies would get in the NBA, I think.
mm-hmm.
Maybe not number 1 picks, but paying.
I think in my lifetime, and I'm going to live to be like 250 at least. I think, I do think college sports will become full-blown professional, and then that's when like the smart guy in the corner of the room is like, they already are, Titus. That's the thing is they are. Here's something for you. They already are. Mm-hmm.
They can do a splatter shot.
But
Splatter shot?
I mean,
you should try to do a splatter shot chart.
a splatter shot.
Splatter shot. What was it called?
You go home and make a splatter shot.
What was that graph called? Scatter shot.
Scatter plot.
Scatter plot. Yeah.
Splatter shot.
Oh, splatter shots just come.
I think. I think. There's going to be a world where they do away with 4-year. They're kind of. We're already kind of there. There's like. There's Seth Towns is a dude that's playing at Howard.
Yeah.
He is in his 8th year of college basketball.
Couldn't the guy at Gonzaga have come back? Timmy?
Yeah, Timmy.
Timmy could have been like his 6th or 7th year.
Seth Towns is in his 8th year of college basketball. I think there's a world where there's no longer the window. There's no longer school is completely removed from the whole equation, and it's just full blown professional. And it's just like, go ahead.
Now we're talking about college basketball.
Yeah.
You know where you and I are going to be in a week? We're going to be in the Wintrust Center in South Chicago, getting ready for a college basketball experience like no other. The Barstool Sports Invitational is back again on Wednesday, November 8th, 1 week from right now. Well, later today. This time at Wintrust Arena in Chicago. In the first part of the doubleheader, we have a returning Final Four team, Florida Atlantic, returning most of their team from that Final Four run versus a former Final Four Cinderella, Loyola Chicago, and Sister Jean. Tip-off is set for 6 p.m. Central Time. And in the main event, the nightcap, yep, that's right, Brandon Walker takes center stage as the Mississippi State Bulldogs 2024 Final Four team plays Bobby Hurley and the Arizona State whoever's in the nightcap.
It's the Sun Devils, but you knew that. You know what? You know what I think? I think you know that they're the Sun Devils.
Well,
and I think you are being
prove that. You prove that. I want you to prove that right now that I knew it was the Sun Devils.
I think that was a little.
I don't even know who Billy Hurley is.
I think that's a little trash talk from Brandon Walker.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I respect Billy Hurley and the Arizona State. What'd you say? Devils?
Sun Devils.
The Deacon Devils.
What are the
Devils?
Power Rank Devils? Blue Devils, Delta Devils, Sun Devils,
New Jersey Devils.
New Jersey Devils. Sun Devils is pretty cool.
Tasmanian Devils. The Tasmanian Devils.
I was thinking like sports nicknames, but yeah, Tasmanian Devils are cool.
Yeah. Oh, I just thought you meant Devils.
Like, what's the coolest nickname to have?
As far as the Devil goes?
Yeah.
I think it's Sun Devil.
Sun Devil's pretty cool.
Sun Devil's better than Blue Devil.
What is DePaul?
Blue Demons.
Blue Demons.
I think that's cool.
That's pretty badass.
What about demon deacons? That one's weird.
That one is. I mean, it seems like an oxymoron, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think it seems. It is. I'm gonna say it. That's an oxymoron.
Demon deacons. Yeah. We never really.
You're the deacons of the church and you're possessed.
We never talk about that one
demons?
just being a weird one. That's a weird ass mascot.
It's a weird mascot.
That's a weird fucking mascot. Sun Devils, Blue Devils. Is there a
what
Red
is the
Devils?
Demon
There's a
Deacon?
Red Devil somewhere in there. Delta Devils.
Pike High School, Red Devils. What's a Delta Devil?
That's
The Mississippi Delta, I know, but like,
yeah.
you're just
That's
You're
isn't that
just-
Mississippi Valley State?
yeah, right. The Jerry Rice.
Yeah, Jerry Rice and Willie Totten. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's the Delta Devil. What's their schedule looking like? What kind of year are they having?
I don't know.
Ooh, Alcorn State put it on them.
Yeah, it's Alcorn. Mm-hmm.
Is it really Alcorn?
Yep.
If it's Alcorn, why isn't it Alcorn?
It's Alcorn because it's AL.
No, it's Alcorn.
Who said Alcorn?
But it's Alcorn. It says it right there.
I'm sorry.
If it was Alcorn State, why wouldn't they just
I'm
be
sorry,
Alcorn?
Titus. Did you grow up in Mississippi or did I?
You did.
I did.
I agree with you that it could be Alcorn, but if it was Alcorn, why wouldn't it just be Alcorn?
Do I tell you how to pronounce Indianapolis?
Well, we spell it right.
Do I tell you how to pronounce South Bend?
Well, again, we spell that right.
How many Indiana cities do you think I can mention?
Yeah, keep going.
Do I tell you how to spell Bloomington?
No, because again, we spell that right.
West Lafayette?
Now Lafayette, I feel like could use a new spelling, maybe.
You know, in Mississippi, we have a Lafayette County, but they do not say Lafayette. It's Lafayette, and it's so damn southern, and I hate it so much. That's where Ole Miss is, in Lafayette County. Lafayette. And just south of my town is a town called Louisville.
Spelled like Louisville.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just
There's
do,
one of those in Colorado.
we do our own thing.
Well, you don't, because Colorado does it too. So
Well, they
you guys
copied
both do.
ours.
You
So
guys
we were a
both
state
do
long
your-
before Colorado. We were a state in 1817. Colorado didn't become a state until 1875.
But then you weren't a state, and then you had to become a state again, right?
Can you just see
Is
how
it-
close that guess was?
I'm looking it up.
Do you count as a state since 1817?
You know, Arizona wasn't.
If you have a period where you're not a state,
You know, Arizona wasn't a state till like 1912 or something. Arizona hadn't been a state that long. Yes, go ahead.
It says 1876.
Damn, that was good.
That was very impressive.
Yeah, that was good.
I thought you said 1817.
I said 1875.
He's 1817 for Mississippi.
Mississippi's
Mississippi.
1817. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm throwing the challenge flag on that. I think
What do you throwing challenge flag on
on Mississippi being a state since 1817. I think when you have a period of
It is. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Now wait a minute.
I think that's
Now,
like
wait a
I think
minute.
that's
Now,
like
wait a
being a
minute.
Division
No,
One
no, no, no.
Division One
That
program
was-
going down to
hold on,
Division Two
hold
and then
on,
coming
hold
back
on,
to
hold on.
Division One.
That was a whole other thing. That was a whole other thing. All right, they didn't officially leave because they got stopped from leaving.
No, they in their minds they left.
They were. I don't know. I wasn't around back then. I don't know. I don't want to get into the.
I don't think you get a claim being a state since 1817.
That's what they've been. They've been a state.
I don't
since
think you get it.
1817.
I think there's a hard reset on
It's best to just move on.
on statehood. Sun Devils is number one for me though. Sun Devils
Is the best.
Sun
bet.
Devils is number one.
What are missing the devil?
Devil Rays? I know it's kind of retired.
But they don't even go by that anymore.
Yeah, I know, but like, was that even cool?
No,
I don't think it was.
I don't
yeah.
think that because that's a ray, and
Yeah,
they
exactly.
they
How
killed.
big of
crocodile-
pussies were
they
they,
killed
by
the
the way, that
crocodile
they were
hunter.
like, we can't do devil rays. It's we don't
Didn't they
wanna
get
offend
good as
anybody.
soon as they dropped it though?
Yeah. But we don't want to
Now,
hurt
now
anybody's
they're
feelings.
the rays of sun.
Isn't it crazy that out of everything, a stingray took out crocodile hunter?
and the footage is out there, but we'll never see it.
I thought they destroyed it.
You know, that's what they say, but
His son's killing it,
they
right?
that footage is out there. Yeah,
His son's like
they just produced the Irving turtle. It's the Irvin turtle.
What does that mean?
It's a turtle breed that Steve Irwin discovered years ago.
They started their own turtle?
And the first ever one that was bred in a biological or a zoological facility was just born.
We should
and
launch an
released.
animal. Let's launch an
yeah.
animal. Let's figure out an animal.
Yeah, dude,
Has anybody thought of hedgehogs yet?
hedgehogs.
Oh.
Yeah, they're around.
You think we can start porcupines?
We need a new
Um,
platypus.
Oh,
we kinda
it's been a
do
long
need
time since the new
platypus.
platypus dropped.
Mhm.
Or a Brandon Walker capybara, like a capybara but with your haircut.
Yeah. Capybara.
You know what that is?
Capybara is my favorite animal.
They're
Really?
funny.
Yeah.
They're in Australia?
They fuck
South
around.
America.
It's the same
Yeah.
thing.
World's biggest rodent.
Yeah.
You ever seen
Big old rodents.
a quokka?
No, you made that up.
No, it's a smiling like thing in Australia. It looks kind of like a capybara, but it's so happy.
It smiles?
It's the happiest.
Well,
animal
I
on
got to
the
see a
planet.
quokka. I want to see a smiling capybara.
Shout out to.
How do you say quokka? How do you spell quokka?
I think it's Quo. It might be 2 Ks and then an A. Yeah, there it is.
All right, let's see him. I don't see him
What
smiling.
are? This is like a possum.
No,
It's like a possum and a koala bear.
Well, I haven't seen
Like
one
a-
smile.
the pictures of them. If you look up an image,
Yeah, they got a bad face.
You promised?
No, they
hold on.
smile.
No,
They
no, no.
smile on
He
the top.
promised me a smile.
I've never seen a video of them. I just see still images of them. Yeah,
That's a better face.
it's a cute little animal.
I don't. I'm
hey,
not qualifying that as a smile, though.
Quokka, why don't you smile? You're pretty when you smile.
All right, what?
There's Thor with him.
Well, that's a duck face. That's not really a smile.
Smile, Quokka. That's a smile. There we go.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay. All right.
It's got it has resting bitch face for sure though. When it smiles, it's pretty, but it's got the resting bitch face.
What do you got to be sad about, Quokka?
I think it's a happy animal. There might. I don't know.
Capybara. Let's
if
go. Let's go, capybara. Oh, God, I fucking love capybaras.
Some of them get gigantic, which I like.
Are we just looking at animals? Because I
Capybara with
It's got an orange on its head. Orange isn't supposed to be on its head.
that's crazy.
They're so fun. Fuck around all the time.
Somebody throw out another animal. I want another animal.
This is the best.
Dude, I could watch capybara videos all day.
You know what? I'll just say it. Can we get a platypus video?
Yeah.
Let's check out platypus.
Otters.
Platypi.
Are we doing requests? Otters are awesome.
my favorite animal.
Yeah,
Your
you're an
favorite
otter
animal's an
guy.
otter?
Yes,
I had an
Otters
otter.
they're the reason I go to the zoo.
I had an otter at my. You go to a zoo for the fucking otters?
Yes.
Otter. I'm with you, dude. Otters fucking rule.
Otters are great. What we got here? Oh, look here. There's a platypus.
This is some crazy
There's
shit.
some alien shit right here.
Perry the Platypus may be a top 5 cartoon character of all time.
Like, what even is that? It's all of the animals.
That's an awesome animal.
Platypus.
What are we doing? Otters now?
Platypi lay eggs, right?
Yes.
They're mammals that lay eggs.
And
Yeah.
they are amphibian, as like they can swim.
They can.
They can throw with both
They
arms.
wear
Yeah.
fedora. Yeah.
and they wear a fedora. Yeah.
They wear fedoras?
Yeah.
Secret agent.
Yeah.
They live a double life.
Well, what were you gonna say about otters, though, Brandon?
Otters are great.
I had an otter swim by my house yesterday.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's might be a muskrat.
Ooh,
Might be a muskrat. So that
No.
I meant to Google difference between otters and muskrats yesterday.
Yeah.
So I could tell.
Muskrats are great.
Tell me, Connor, tell me the difference between otters and muskrats.
I'll look it up. By the way, when you search "world's happiest animal," quokka is the first thing that pops.
Look at the otters are great. You guys are right. Otters are fantastic.
No, otters are great zoo animals because they're always active too. Like some of the animals you go to, like
Lions don't do shit.
Lions kind of don't do shit. They're fun to watch when they're doing shit, but they kind of don't do shit. Otters, 100% hit rate. You go see otter at a zoo, it's gonna be doing some shit.
Otters and the climbing monkeys.
The climbing monkeys, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Mark, that was a sea otter. Personally, I prefer river otters.
Okay.
But
Okay. Well, why do you prefer river?
I don't discriminate.
I don't know. River
All
otters.
otters matter to me.
I'm just gonna stop talking because I will get.
No.
I will get canceled. over
I
this
need to
stuff.
know why you like river.
No,
otters.
no, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. I'm going back to looking up the difference between a muskrat, a muskrat.
What
and
are you
an
gonna
otter.
say?
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, what do you think you're gonna say?
You're almost you're like
Whoa,
you're not,
wait,
hold on. You not saying
cousin
something is
was
like
an otter.
worse.
His cousin was an otter.
All I asked
You not saying something is way worse.
All
than
I
whatever you're
asked
gonna
you-
Oh,
say.
and Mark
Why do you
saying,
prefer river-
all otters matter. I'm like, shit, he's got a
Correct.
point.
That's him. I'm just making a little joke. I said, why do you like river otters? That should be
Connor's like as a very very big racist. I should probably not talk right now. And
Wait.
it's like what?
You have friends that are otters,
No one,
right?
no one was
I
accusing
just-
you of anything.
I just
Connor.
think river. I did a project on river otters in 2nd grade, and I think they're cuter. That's all.
That's all you had to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all you had to say.
The Donald
You
Trump.
made it way worse.
All right, what's a muskrat?
I got distracted. Hold on, sorry.
With what?
with the whole, do all.
Now you're getting distracted again.
Yeah.
Get back.
What
to
am I? Muskrats and otters?
Yeah,
difference.
What's the one?
Muskrat-
What's the one where they dig the big colony of holes and they all just pop their head out?
That's prairie dog.
Prairie dog.
prairie
Those are
great.
good animals too.
Those are good animals.
Another meerkat, good animal.
Meerkat Manor. Good show.
Not meerkat is not a prairie dog.
Can we see?
Or it is.
Can we see some
It's
meerkats?
the same thing.
They're cousins.
The lights.
Oh, which one's the first cousin that had to be put?
Are we doing meerkats now?
You guys just see all the lights in the room just flash.
I
green
did
for
see
like
that,
1
yeah.
second. That was
I did
awesome.
see that.
I thought I was having a stroke.
Max is trying to upload Pardon My Take, I think. You just pushed the
If you're waiting for Pardon My Take, welcome to Mostly Sports. Thanks for watching. Look at that. Look at them.
What is
I got a take.
okay,
Four-legged
go ahead.
animals that stand up are always funny.
Always funny, yeah.
Always funny.
Yeah. What was Timon in Lion
He was a
King?
meerkat, right?
He's a meerkat?
I think
Yeah.
he's a meerkat?
Yep.
Yeah. And Pumbaa was a warthog.
What was Daxter from Jack and Daxter?
Ooh.
Who's Jack?
I
The
don't
video
know.
game?
What is Crash Bandicoot?
What's Ratchet Clank?
Crash Bandicoot is a wildebeest.
I think he's a bandicoot.
He's a bandicoot. It's in his name. Oh,
Is a bandicoot a real thing?
yeah, I think.
I don't know if it's a real thing.
Is it not? It is a real thing. A bandicoot's a real thing. What's the difference in muskrats and otters?
Muskrats are a little bit fatter. They also have a rat-like tail,
Yeah.
as opposed to like a paddle as a tail.
Okay.
And it says they're active typically around dawn and dusk.
Well, what do they look like? It was dusk. What do they look like swimming in water?
I can't I could try and describe it to you, but
Do kangaroos have opposable thumbs?
I don't
Kangaroos are the best animal.
Because I think that's a new animal we need. Kangaroos with opposable thumbs. Kangaroos, primate kangaroos.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's
we
probably
don't
not
need to.
They're going to learn how to
Kangaroos.
use guns and weapons.
Yeah, that's true.
They can run 30 miles an hour. They can jump 10 feet in the air.
Also-
Basically, you have 3 legs because of the tail. They have like razor sharp talent. We don't need.
Okay, TJ, fuck kangaroos. All right,
They're the most
sorry. I'm
powerful
sorry.
animal.
Also,
I'm sorry.
giraffes are the best animal. Giraffes are the best animal. They're the
A
best animal.
kangaroo
What-
would fuck up a giraffe.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes.
Oh, a kangaroo.
A giraffe would kick
Giraffe
the fuck out of a
giraffe
kangaroo.
wouldn't even know that the kangaroo
Oh,
was there. and it
you
would
got to
dead
be
on it.
fucking. A giraffe would kick the shit out of a kangaroo.
Kangaroo would stab a
Oh.
giraffe in its like underbelly
Well,
with its talons
yeah.
and rip
They
it.
couldn't reach it.
It would disembowel it
It would
before it even
disembowel
got
it,
hurt.
yeah.
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 They could jump 10 feet in the air.
That's what kangaroos do, disembowel.
Kangaroos are the best land animal. Octopuses are the best sea animal because they're from outer space.
How did we get on this?
I mean, I don't know, but I'm glad we're on it. I mean, killer whales.
Killer whales are pretty
They
tough.
can knock seals off of ice. They're smart.
All right,
fucked
all right,
up.
all right. Question
Killer
for
whales
the
are
room.
sons of bitches.
Question for the room. Debate for the room. Killer whales, to my knowledge, there has, or maybe there has in the past few years, but at one point in time, there had been 0 recorded instances of killer whales killing human beings in the wild.
Right.
Do you think that means killer whales have never killed human beings, or do you think that like they just do a great job of hiding the evidence?
I think killer whales PR has been exceptional for a while.
Free Willy.
Free Willy, all of that. I think they've had great PR, but I do think, knowing how smart they are and how cunning they are, they've killed.
Yeah, I think so too.
They've killed before.
I think so too.
I mean, like, we don't catch on to serial killers till they've killed like 5 or 6 people.
Yeah.
I think killer whales are like in that serial killer range where they've killed like 4 or 5 people.
Because there are a lot of people that have died by being lost at sea. They go out on a kayak, they don't come back.
Yeah.
Those don't get registered as killed by killer whales.
No.
But they very easily could have been killed by killer whales, right?
Yeah.
I think they base it off of like no beach killer whale that you've like cut open has human remains in it.
And we've never a boat of tourists has never seen a killer whale eat a person.
Eat a person.
But you know, when they kill us, like when they kill the SeaWorld trainers, they don't like eat them. They just drag them down, drown them, and they just do it for the fun of it.
Yeah, because they're not trying to. I think that actually is part of the argument as to why they don't kill people in the wild, because like they don't even want to eat humans. They just want to kill us to torture us because we're torturing them.
Killer whales. It's hard to
Seems
beat a
fair.
killer whale in the ocean, TJ. But octopi, I would hear the argument.
Octopi?
I would hear the argument for octopus.
I think they're extraterrestrial, so I'm kind of afraid to get on their bad side. They can change texture. They can, like, a large octopus can fit inside of a 12-ounce water bottle if it needed to.
Did you see that octopus teacher thing on Netflix? Like,
No.
It was like 2 or 3 years ago. You got to watch that.
It's scary shit.
It's a good one.
They're like
It's a
extremely. No other animals have the abilities that they do, and nobody seems to think that's
Camouflage.
That's it. Yeah. An octopus can go from liquid to rock-like and like hard in like on an instant. It's
Focus.
I can do that. Yeah.
nice.
I can
Nice,
do that. I can do it right now.
What else?
Say Ohio State's ranked number 1 in the.
I don't know if you saw yesterday, but the college football playoff rankings came out. Buckeyes number 1.
Oh, we lost the camera.
There we go. Octopus, right in my pants.
we talked about aliens.
He went full octopus.
Oh, the cameras are gone,
yeah.
dude.
The aliens are watching.
Whoa.
What's happening right now? Is this a?
Oh, mine's on.
Did one of us die? And this is like a highlight film? Oh, we look good. Yeah.
You see the Tavon Austin clip that Garrett made for us yesterday?
That was sick.
I saw that it existed, and I said when I get done driving, I'm gonna watch this clip, and then I forgot. Can we play that, or is that
it's
just
got the
something for us?
It's got the Tavon Austin. We tweeted it.
I saw someone started a mostly sports out of context account. That made me laugh. I watched that video.
Oh, I need to watch that.
I was calling Dabo a dumb bitch while you were trying to pick up your pen with your mouth. It was very funny. So shout out to whoever made that account. I threw it a follow. What else? We didn't talk about the NFL trade deadline stuff. The Commanders just getting rid of all their defensive linemen.
NFL teams, man. NFL teams will just be going along, and then just say, you know what? Fuck it. And just get rid of everybody.
Yeah.
And get a bunch of picks, and then they'll be good again in like 2 years. Like, it doesn't take long to change everything. But the Commanders, and
I didn't realize the Commanders were. I didn't think they were that bad to like.
Right. I didn't think they were either. Like, I thought they were close. I thought they were just missing a quarterback or missing the piece here or there. But no, they just said fuck it.
Yeah, the quarterback's been good this year.
Chase Young, the number 2 pick a couple years ago, that's just disappointing when you get a guy number 2 and then you end up trading him for a second-round pick.
Well, you look at also all the other players drafted around him. It's staggering.
Which draft was he in? 19? 18?
Technically
19?
20.
20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right now the playoff picture. So the Commanders are in a division with the Eagles, and that makes it tough. And you're in a division
And
with
the
the Cowboys. Yeah.
Good, yeah.
So in that regard, you're probably not competing for the.
You okay? You just have a little heartburn there?
Little burp.
Okay.
Just a little burp.
Get it out.
Powering through.
Yep.
We're gonna power through. In that regard, you're not gonna win the.
I'm saying
NFC
regard
East.
so much because it's making
Regard is a word.
regard
is a word.
It's making
a
me-
real word.
It's making
okay.
me giggle. It's making me giggle.
It's a real word that word that people
It's
use.
making me giggle. Say it again.
Regard. But I don't even know what I was saying. Never mind. Forget it. Sorry. I come in to do this show. I got great takes. I'm ready to go. I use one word. I think I was gonna say the Commanders are 1 game back of. I guess football doesn't really do games back like baseball does. But the Commanders are 3-5. The playoff picture right now, which is probably too early to start formulating the playoff picture, but right now the Vikings, according to my app that I use, the Vikings are in the playoffs at 4-4 with the wild card. The Commanders are 3-5.
And the Vikings also have no quarterback.
And they have no quarterback. So it's like
jobs, yeah.
The Commanders could make the playoffs theoretically, but it does sort of feel like they're punting on the season. But are they? Because that's how the NFL works. Is like just when you think a team, well, they just lost their 2 defensive linemen. Now they're going to stink.
It's also the sport where the
Maybe they
gap
won't.
between the second contract and the first contract is the biggest.
Mm-hmm.
So when Chase Young and Montez Sweat, when it comes time to pay him, you got to pay him. Really got to pay him. And draft picks matter more in this league than draft picks in baseball don't matter.
Yeah.
We're at the point past the top 3 or 4, maybe 6 or 7 in basketball. Draft picks don't matter at all. They trade draft picks like nothing, like candy.
Yeah.
But the NFL, if you get a second-round pick, that is a valuable asset.
Yeah.
Very valuable.
And Sweat and Chase Young were both. This is their last year, right?
Yeah, I know for Sweat it was. I don't know
think
for
Chase Young. I think Chase Young's gonna be a free agent. So the Niners basically got him for a rental.
Sweat's good.
The Niners lose. They didn't get Chase Young to play quarterback, right? I
don't know how you can rule that out.
Yeah.
Can you rule it out?
I don't know. I didn't actually. I saw that they got him, but I assumed it was to beef up the defense. But maybe they got him to play quarterback.
The Niners just.
I don't know how they do it.
They just don't give a fuck, do they? Like there's a good defensive player. Just add him in. Let's see what happens.
I don't.
Yeah.
It really is. I don't understand how the Rams went all in. When I say I don't understand, I mean I literally do not understand. Like I need someone to explain this to me. Like when the Rams went all in to win the Super Bowl, it did fuck them for the future.
Correct.
The Niners never get fucked by anything they do. No matter what they do.
Blew the number 3 pick didn't bother them at all. They have more good players than any other team, right?
Yeah.
They have more stars than any other team. They have 7 or 8 stars, like stars, and they keep adding. Like,
I guess maybe the answer is that when you're paying your quarterback
$7 an hour.
Yeah. Maybe that's how they get out of jail for
and
free.
he might be concussed.
Yeah, I guess at some point if Brock Purdy, they got to figure that out, because if Brock Purdy is that dude, you're gonna have to pay him. If he's not that dude, then you're gonna have problems and you're gonna not win Super Bowls like you want to.
You know what the craziest part of the Trey Lance thing is? They traded 3 first-round picks to get up there.
You good with
They punted 4 first-round picks, essentially.
Yep. What's up?
You a lot of feet on the desk lately. Is this the new you?
Do you not like the relaxed look?
I would like it if you were actually relaxed. That's the thing.
I'm very relaxed. This is the most relaxed I've been. That animal talk really got me in
Yeah.
a good groove. I could go back to the animal talk whenever you'd like.
I just didn't know if this was like a new thing for you.
You want to talk dogs?
You'd be feet on desk guy.
I like it. I never had a desk to put my feet.
Okay, well, what come on.
What? Whoa!
There's
Connor, get on a straight line here. Get right in front of the desk in a straight line. Tell me if I'm over, and be honest.
You are absolutely over the line.
Be honest if I'm over the line. The middle of the TV. Am I over the line?
There's a point right here.
Am I over the line?
There's a point right here. This is the middle of the desk.
That's actually.
This is the middle of the desk right here.
You know what?
You're not even close to
Look at
being
this.
on your side of the table.
That's
Not even close.
That's a good point.
There's a line right.
That's a good point. So that's the line? We think that's the line? This midpoint?
I don't think I know. Keep your shit
That's just a piece
over
of
there.
paper. Just
Keep your shit over there. What else? Let's get silly. What else is
a large quantity of bull semen stolen?
we have not gotten silly talking about
Yeah.
animals and shit.
Who stole the
Let's get silly.
semen?
Sounds like you. It's a question. Why'd you bring it up? You trying to deflect?
Because you wrote it on the goddamn sheet.
I did put it on the sheets. Yeah, some guy stole in Scotland, I believe, stole 2 barrels worth of bull semen of a dead bull, worth a lot of money.
All right.
How much is a barrel's worth?
They said they can go for like $500 a pump, which I assume is exactly
That's
what
a
you
great.
think it is.
That's a great unit of measurement.
All right, here's something.
$5 a pump.
Connecticut man accused of using police lights so he could get to work faster. That happens all the time, right?
So it's a civilian. This is not a cop who did this.
I assume was an off-duty cop or something, or somebody that had because like a volunteer fire department, they'll just give them the lights.
I don't see the problem with it. This falls under cheating the system for me. You're cheating the system,
Yeah.
which I think is permissible. Cheat the system. I tip of the cap to that guy. I don't have a problem with that.
There have been, if I had a light in my car this morning, I absolutely would have thrown
You should have. I do think you need a diarrhea light. I think there should be a light that I think.
Yeah, you're a good idea machine.
I know. I think you should get a light that you get to use 5 to 10 times a year. It counts how many times you use it, and then once you use it 10 times, it won't turn on anymore. It is an emergency light, and it's for diarrhea, and it's when you're stuck in traffic and you're about to shit your pants. You throw it on the hood, you flip the light, and everyone has to honor that you're about to shit your pants and you need to get to the toilet quickly.
I'm gonna put my guy on right now. Just in the last 2 days alone, he has had a golden ticket shatterable NBA backboard, one shatterable NBA backboard in one day. He had a night of all sudden death NHL games.
Yep.
And now he has given us diarrhea light.
Diarrhea light for your car. I also think the car horn, you should only get X number of uses per year on how many times you can honk your horn. Don't you think?
This guy's on fire.
Because I think people, I haven't really noticed it in Chicago as much, but in New York and LA, people they use that fucking horn.
I heard more car horns in the first week of living in New York than I heard in my whole life at that point.
Yeah, and it's hard to suss out what's actually.
If you're not in New York, LA, or Chicago,
not.
and you honk your horn, you're risking your life.
Yeah.
Shit gets crazy.
Yeah.
We don't play around with that shit.
But sometimes you need to use your horn for a.
Yeah. Hey, I'm here.
Yeah, you're. Yeah, it's not quite an emergency, but it is a useful thing. But people overuse it. I think there should be. So I think if you limit how many times you can use your horn, people will be a little more mindful, and they won't just be out there willy-nilly honking that shit. You can't just be out there willy-nilly honking that shit.
You can't be willy-nilly.
Anything else?
Walker's winner.
I made a pie chart.
Oh, nice.
This is a great graphic. I think we do this every Tuesday, and we tweet it out, and we say college football playoff rankings. New college football playoff rankings just dropped. Thoughts? Question?
I love everything about it. I love everything about it. It's perfect.
That's so good.
What are those very small slivers that don't have arrows going to them?
They're listed at the bottom. Air Force, Tulane, Kansas State,
right.
Oklahoma State, Kansas, USC.
I like this. whatever program this is too. This this looks like it's from 1995.
Yeah, I googled pie chart maker.
Yeah, I do exactly this. We got to do exactly this every Tuesday. It is every Tuesday now, right? They're gonna release them every Tuesday.
Yeah. Is there any world where the line can get more crooked, like they can wrap around the whole chart? All right, I got to get out of here.
Brandon has to get out of here. That's the show. We'll be back tomorrow morning. See you guys.
That's how ball is done.